The splitting the bill conversation. What do we do? The men.
Squad.
Do we pay for the men? When do we pay for the men? It has happened. It broke my heart because, Taylor and I pride ourselves on these not being our problems. And to be clear, they still are not my problems. But a friend of mine was on her dating journey.
Okay.
And she went out with a man twice. They had lovely dates.
Okay.
He paid for everything, wined and dined.
Okay.
2 dates. On the third date, they spent a day together, ordered a bunch of things, had some drinks, had a good time. Really long day. So pretty significant bill. Let's call it a couple $100.
Okay.
She had to put her card down for this particular place. So when they went to pay, he was like, your card is down. And now she didn't speak up and ended up paying for the bill. They had plans for another date. He texted her the next day and was like, hey, I had a great time with you, but, I don't really see a long-term future with you. And so I don't really want to waste either of our times. I think you're great, but, I don't want to keep our date for next week that we had planned, which I think is very respectable. Most people just ghost. So whatever.
That's fair.
So she's talking to me about it. She's like, but he did stick me with the bill. I was
what?
What are you talking about stuck you with the bill? How did you leave paying? She's like, oh, I just froze. So I was like, just text him and say oh, okay, well, cool. Thank you for saying that. Whatever. Had a great time too. It's 3 dates. It's not the end of the world. You don't even know this person.
Yeah.
But here's your split for Saturday.
Hold up.
There's no
What?
possible way you he thinks that she's just paying for his presence.
Yeah, at minimum, just a split. Just can you send me your split?
If Taylor and I go to dinner, we split the bill. We got credit cards.
Split it.
Split the bill.
Hold up. I know these two idiots aren't saying what I think that they're saying. And that's different. You two going on a date as friends, as you're legitimate girlfriends. That's different. I don't know why y'all conflating the two. But are y'all really insinuating that at minimum he should have split the bill with her for the third date when he paid for the first 2 dates initially? If anything, she likely still owes him money from the first 2 dates if we're going to do it like that. Don't tell me that these two are going to purposely ignore the first 2 dates that he paid for. Joy Taylor on the right, I would expect that from her. Taylor Rooks on the left, she's actually seems a lot more feminine, but she seems much more level-headed on their Born podcast that I've watched way too many times. She seems much more level-headed. And for her to be saying this nonsense, let's go.
That's it. And then we go about our day because Taylor ate and I ate, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not complicated. He got upset, did not send her the split, and in fact went and sent her the receipts for the last 2 dates.
Facts.
City boy, city boy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Basically saying I got the last 2 dates, so this one's on you.
This one's
Yes.
on you. 3 dates. Now listen.
I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna let you.
No.
Go
What are your
ahead.
thoughts? What are your thoughts?
So it's tough because I just already think this who pays for what with the dates is so just I just don't even always even have a point of view on it because it just feels so ridiculous.
I actually agree. With her.
My honest answer is I see both sides of these things. I see him saying I paid for 2 of the dates.
Okay.
Maybe it was your turn to pay for the date. I believe in splitting things. I'm not saying that a woman doesn't need to be wined and dined. If a man is courting you, there's a part of taking you on dates and making you feel good and important and beautiful, making you feel taken care of. When I'm going on these dates, I am expecting that aspect of it. That's not what I'm saying. But if you are no longer going to be dating a person and you already paid for 2 dates, the idea of feeling as though you need to, show your love in that way kind of diminishes once you're no longer going to be dating that person.
Right, but he didn't pay for his half.
I'm just saying he would say, well, she didn't pay for her half.
Exactly.
Right, but the halves that she didn't pay for were with the intention of the courting and the taken care of part.
Right, but I'm saying now, but you're saying, but why is she paying for his?
Correct.
Yes, and that I agree with.
What? I don't even know what to say here. This is dumb shit. He paid for 2 dates. She paid for the third date. He reaches out to her and says, I don't believe that we're going to be a match, but I don't want to waste anyone's time. I'm just letting you know. She says, okay, well, I want you to pay half of the third date. Completely dismissing the fact that he paid for the first 2 dates. They don't even have an argument to stand on.
Date he asked for. He asked her out. So even this date was your plan.
So when he sent the receipts and she was like, I'm just asking you to pay for your half, which is very fair and like something I would also do. Like you need to at least pay for your side. What did he say?
So after, I don't know, after the sent the receipts, everyone's been blocked and we've all moved on with our lives. But I guess my shock is one, like the men are actually out here doing this. And I owe an apology to the girlies because I have been dismissing your experience and that's wrong of me. And as much as I like being right, I can admit when I'm wrong. I did not think the men were actually in real life out here doing this.
I thought this was a myth.
I thought it was a myth. I thought
this was like Bigfoot or like Loch Ness Monster.
Where's the evidence? And we would have seen this if this was happening. And I have to apologize to the girls out there. I did not know that the men were out here moving like this. And it's I just couldn't absorb that this actually happened because
for sure
not broke, okay, by any means whatsoever.
Okay.
He has money, he has a good job. He by all accounts was just a normal man out dating in the world. Like nothing, he doesn't need to be fed, like he doesn't need a roof over his head, any of these things. So there's just no actual natural built-in excuse for this other than I guess the roles have changed. I guess the men are out here moving like this. And I'm cool with this, actually. I'm with Taylor. Like, I will split the bill. I will pay for the bill when we're together. If we're together. Like, you don't need to pay for everything I do. Of course
during
not.
the initial process, I don't know.
Because this is my opinion about this. And again, everyone can move how they want to move. I don't need to aspire to this. This is my experience. I want you to listen to me.
Here we go.
I don't have these problems.
Joy Taylor is so full of shit. She said it earlier in the video. She really acts as if she has no blemishes when it comes to the dating world. She acts like she's that deal. I already did another video when she talked about every single man wants her and she has zero problem in the dating market. Like she's on a whole other caliber of echelon when it comes to dating and getting men, even though she's single as French toast. And also you can tell that Taylor doesn't agree. Taylor Rooks doesn't agree with Joy Taylor on this clip. But it's a sisterhood and she's not going to go at her. And the big thing that these two, more importantly, Joy Taylor is overlooking is this. They went on 2 dates. He paid for them, no problem. They went on a 3rd date. She put her card down. She paid for it. Then there was a problem. Joy Taylor says she has no problem paying for dates and all that kind of stuff when they're in a relationship. So that means a man is still obligated to pay for all dates because they're not in a relationship?
My male friends pay for me. Men who take me out pay for me. Business people pay for me. It's not a flex. It's just the life I live. And then I pay for people and I pay for my male friends and I pay for my girlfriends and I pay for myself and I pay for my man. It's just money. Okay. But I understand that that's my experience. So before you start telling me how I need to move, I already move like this. And I do. Okay. I guess I'm just like, if we're going to change the gender roles, like if we're going to bend these, which I'm for, I'm with it.
Yeah.
We can't keep talking about women like this. Y'all out here doing the same thing. You can't do it. We can't do it. We can't be talking about these women are scamming for meals. Y'all are scamming for meals.
How is that a scam?
I can't do it. We have to keep the same energy, guys. I'm with it. If y'all want to be kept men, okay? If y'all want to be wines and dines.
Look at the sign language, y'all. Look at the sign language. She might as well be calling the dude sassy and also insinuating that because of this scenario, men are scamming women. How in the hell is that a scam? Look at the sign language.
We have to act the same. We have to act accordingly.
My true, honest reaction when I hear these things is I cannot imagine dating anymore. It's a thing that I can't imagine. I can't imagine being out here in these streets anymore. I can't imagine not just having found the person because these stories are like,
Taylor, I'm telling you, like, we have had,
I never want to be single again.
You and I have had these conversations. Like, I can't believe these things are happening. And again, I can't say it's an outlier situation because this is clearly happening. But I want to, just encourage people that there are men out there who are not doing this. I assure you.
Totally.
But that's how I would have played it. One, I would have asked, am I paying for this? Which is fine, but we're not dating anymore. And the thing about it for me is like, it's not about if I can't pay for it. For me, my time is literally money. So if you're on my schedule, you're on my calendar, which I have an assistant that manages, that time slot is either for rest and relaxation. It is for my friends who have already been vetted as fun and valuable to my life. It is for my family or it is for money. So if
Yeah.
you're not in any of these categories, which you haven't fit in yet, then it's money. Like, so you're literally taking time away from my productivity. You've asked me for this. I equate it to a business dinner. If you asked someone on a business dinner or a business lunch, you would pay for it with your business card because you've taken that business person away from their workday for this rendezvous, right? So you put it on your business card. It's really, it can be boiled down to that transactional for me.
Transactional, because pretty much she has a price that she can be bought at. That's crazy, bro.
If you are taking time away from my schedule and you expect me to pay for your presence, then I can decide how valuable this time is to me. So I don't need to be here with you. I could be here with my friends. But even if he was like, let's split it.
Oh man, so much.
Joey knows she's full of it.
Let's split it. I'm like, I'm good. I personally am good, but none of this happens, and I just have to apologize to the girlies.
We're so sorry.
We're so sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. I did not know this was a thing. I did not believe you, and I have to believe you, so I'm sorry.
Man, this is just crazy on so many levels. Taylor Rooks swears up and down she got the keys to the city. She dates the finest of men. She has no problem. She has none of these issues in the dating world, and her dating life is perfect. Again, single as all hell. And one more thing. You notice how she said earlier in the clip, if her, Joy Taylor, and Taylor Rooks go out for dinner, they both put their cars down, they split it, no problem. Women have no problem splitting bills when it comes to their friends going out. If a woman goes out with her 4 girlfriends, and there's 5 of them, and they got 5 of them, makes a $200 bill, they will split that bill, that $200 bill 5 times. They have no problem splitting the bills when they go out with each other. That concept is easy for them. But somehow, this man became a scammer. He became a scammer. They went out on 2 dates that he paid for, no problem. The 3rd date, she paid for. He reaches out to her, yeah, I don't think this is really gonna work out. She says, that's fine, but let me get half on the bill that I paid for, which is the 3rd date. Completely ignoring the other 2 dates that he paid for. So how in the hell is he scamming when he paid for the first 2 days? Then he said, okay, fine. You want to play that game? I'll play that game. Here's half on the bill from the 3rd date, and I'm gonna need you to cough up half for the first 2. Then she gets offended. And she offends Joy Taylor of all people. Like, dudes are out here scamming. That's bullshit, man. I'm also with Taylor Rooks when she says, I don't really have a problem paying for dates. And I'm kind of like that too. If I go out with a woman, it's nothing for me to pay for the first couple of dates. Now, when I first meet you, we're not going to a $600 steakhouse. No. Why? Because I don't know you like that. We're not going to do that. But average places, I have no problem paying the first handful of dates. But I've always said this. If you go out with a woman, and let's say after 2 or 3 dates, she doesn't at least offer to pay the bill. I'm not even saying you have to make her pay it, but if she doesn't at least offer to pay it, that's a woman who doesn't respect you. And she doesn't really like you. She's not at least offering, man. But I'm done. I've been talking too much. Do better, squad. Fall out. Let me know in the comments, y'all.